What's going on, guys? Today we have the newest Nike tactical boot, the Nike SFB B2, which means before the B2 there had to be a B1 just because that's how numbers work. Luckily, I did have the Nike SFB B1. I did a video review on that about a year ago, and they've held up fairly well. If you guys didn't know, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't. This is the newest boot in the Nike SFS line, which is special fields. They don't get a lot of publicity. I think the marketing can be better for the Nike SFS line in general, but we can get into that in a later video. Today, I just wanted to do a review of the Nike SFB B2s. A lot of acronyms, so I think they were really trying to hit the mark with military acronyms. They definitely hit the mark because that's a lot of acronyms and numbers. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright, so let's get into the boot. The first thing you may notice about any boot is the silhouette. What does the boot look like? The outline. So these, the Nike SFB B2s, are pretty similar to the Nike SFB B1s. Like I said, I did wear the last B1s for about a year, and I have them right here to do a comparison. So as you can see, side by side, this is the B1 and this is the B2. The first thing I want to go over are the differences.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
To be honest with you, there are primarily only two differences that I've caught with these two different boots. And again, this is a newer one. It's about $5 more, and this is $5 less. I believe 170 and this is 165. I know there's about a $5 difference, but for that $5 difference, you get these heel tabs that you can pull on. So this actually makes it a lot easier to put on the boot. They don't have that on the B1s. You just kind of got to slide your foot in here, and it's a little flimsy after 1 year of use. And that's the first difference. The second difference is pretty much the design on the side on this nylon material. You can see this is a lot more plain, I guess clean. If you look on the other side of the boot, you have this pattern right here, again, nylon. You compare that to the Nike SFB B1, and there is more of a pattern on these ones, a little more design, and then on the inside of the boot, or the inside side, there is just more of a design. This is more plain, pretty much. Maybe that's what they were going for, but just by looks of the boot alone, I think the B1 looks cooler. And that's it. That's the only difference between the Nike SFB1 and the Nike SFB B2. The thing is, everything else on these boots are the same. One thing I really want to cover is the aggressive sole that they say is on this boot. You look at it on the bottom, and it's aggressive. It has a cool design. It says Nike SFB B1. They never even updated the actual name of the boot. On the sole, it says B1. These are just basically the same boot. You have the Nike SFB B1 on the B1s, and then you have the Nike SFB1s on the B2s. Both these boots have the Nike Zoom Air cushioning on the back of the boot. You can see that on the midsole, which makes it a little bouncy of a boot, which is nice. But again, it's the same thing. If we take a look on the side of the boots, on this side, same thing. And then you look at the front, it has the same lace system on both of them. I think Nike pushed these boots just to push them. There was no reason that they needed to make an entirely new boot. I guess that's why they use the same material from this boot. But to me, it was just a very interesting decision to push out a newer boot when they could have just stuck with the Nike SFB B1. Hoping that Nike does produce some better boots. When I was an airman way long ago, I got my first pair of Nike SFBs. They were in green because back then the Air Force wore our tire stripe uniforms with green boots. and they were called just the Nike SFB. And I think it was such a game changer because they were so light, coming from a normal standard issue boot, which are a little heavier. They produced this lighter boot. It felt more like a sneaker or a Nike free run, if you've ever had those. And like all boot or sneaker reviews, here's a side-by-side comparison on feet. So, you want to make sure that you're wearing footwear that is comfortable. And I think the first Nike SFB did transform the whole Nike line. I just wish that they could have stuck more with a boot that was something like that. Overall, I think this is a good boot if you haven't had a Nike boot before. They're still very lightweight. They're usually not that durable because that's just something that Nike boots unfortunately have a reputation for, is pretty much falling apart, stitching coming apart. And the production quality of these boots, I also would have to say, aren't the greatest. You can kind of see the glue coming out from the midsole going up into the boot. And I saw this on multiple boots when I was trying to pick a boot from US Patriot Tactical, the store that I picked these up at. It is unfortunate because Nike used to make such great boots, I feel like, and I think the production quality has gone down overall, just like the whole SFS line has as well. But they pushed this out in 2024. The SFS line, at least, is still alive, so they're still pushing out products. But I haven't seen anything else other than this. Are Nike boots or Nike in general good products to have in the military or in your wardrobe? I really would like to know. So if you guys have any comments, concerns, questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you liked this video, give it a like, maybe subscribe if you haven't subscribed. But as always, stay safe, keep grinding, and y'all take it easy.